Function. Shall we understand what are certain attainments that all of us have received? We feel that we are something better from what we were after coming to this Brahmin life.
Om Shanti, Vinod Bhai. Yeah, so Baba says, the time is actually going very fast. So anything can happen at any time, right? So we are seeing that with the war and other steps around us in this world. And therefore, Baba says you have to make your purusharth, intensify the purusharth, the effort that which you are making. So, to increase the intensity of our Purshat, right? So, what one needs to do, I was thinking that I don't know, some of you might be following ORC's commentary while doing meditation, Amrita Vela.
Om Shanti.
So, there, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
thank you, Baba. Thank you, Vinod. Yeah, contentment is miss when we have a full. Baba also mentioned that lastly, that when we have a full, not have any desire, so we can give to others. So what is that point I got? In the space of fullness, not empty. Empty, suppose there is a pot is there, is empty. So there is a noise. When we are full, so we can give to others, and so there is a continuous, and this not for this birth, it's for this 2021 births. So this and this point I got from Shanti. Yeah. So always we have to become in a full space, and we have all peace, power, knowledge, the all the seven the qualities of souls we have, that full we have full. So there is a no any lackness. If there is a lackness, suppose we feel there is a lack in me, so we can't able to move. There's Maya will come. There is a when there is a small gap, the Maya will attack. So in any form. So there's these
Correct.
point I got. Om Sai.
Yes. These are the attainments of Brahmin life. These seven, first of all, the introduction of our own self, followed by the qualities of soul, the powers that are associated with Rajyoga. These are all our attainments. Along with that, the company of the Brahmin family itself. So, Kalpesh, bhai, do you have any instance where that you can share wherein you have found such a thing happening with you, such a process phenomenon happening with you?
Yeah. Hello. Oh, Vinod bhai. Yeah. What you are telling?
Yes. So, have
I
you
didn't get.
had suddenly a instance wherein I was asking, have you seen this process happening with you, wherein
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
yeah.
found that you have lost, you have had, okay, and
Yeah, I'm
you have
I'm this
gotten
is
into
happening.
a state
Yeah,
of oblivion?
I am feeling that, and I'm on that process where uh, uh,
Okay.
when I went speak with when I went serving with my people, and when serving with the fullness, when he all this attachment with along with Baba always says that you keep with me and always all the time. So I am
Yes.
just focusing on this, keeping Baba with me. So I am getting fullness, miss full of. knowledge, and then I am serving. So I am getting
Yes.
insight and all the means, so that I'm feeling I'm getting. And one important thing I'm getting that first of all, the thoughts, important thing are, we have to say, we have to aware ourselves in such a way that thoughts are controlling us. We are controlling our thoughts. If
That's
thoughts
right.
are controlling us, so there is a random thought,
Yes.
and the scattered thought will attract the scatteredness. So there is when, and this will happen when we with Baba's is with us in companionship. So it is a focused way. We
Yes.
get the focus, and that focused way we feel all the attainments, and this feeling will gives us it is abundance. It is abundance. So that feeling I am getting. Yeah. Om Shanti. So this is what I
Excellent.
am getting. That's why I'm telling you. Om Shanti.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Very well highlighted point that to feel the constancy of attainments with us, we have to have Him with us all the time. That's when the instant flow of attainments would happen because that's what will bring awareness in us. If we lack in awareness, then that's the point, that's the entry point for Maya to come in. So it will start
Yes,
coming
yeah.
in first in the form of thoughts. It's very well said. Thank you, Haji. If we can now request Bijit Bhai to continue to share, if not now, then
Yeah,
never.
yeah. Hi. Okay. Yeah, hi. Thank you. So I was saying that, Baba was saying that according to the time, right, the time is going at a very fast speed, right? So we all experience that, and anything can happen at any time. So we know that is still there in this world, right? So any changes can take place suddenly. So achanak part is on. So, and Baba says towards the end, the last line where Baba says, become intense effort makers. So, because time is less, so when time is less, everyone will have to hurry, right? So, and so that hurry is what I think Baba says the intense effort maker. When we have less time and we have a lot to achieve, then we need to increase the speed, right? So I was thinking what all can we do as part of that to increase the or to intensify the efforts. So everyone would love to increase their purusharth, right, in this Brahmin life. That's for sure. Right. So today, when I was listening to ORC's commentary during Amrita Vela, so their Baptada comes, right? Somewhere around 4:30, and then Baptada was saying the same thing to increase the effort, intensify the effort. So, uh, so for that, Baba was saying intensifying effort means we have to end the reasons. So there shouldn't be any reason. So everything should be converted to solution. So and we have heard quite a lot of Murlis about where Baba said about the reasons, right? So we giving a reason for anything and everything. So that needs to be converted into solution. Then that is one way to intensify the Purusharth. And then other areas, I think we have a lot of leakages, right? So I think if we can work upon the self to end these leakages, right? So most of us are doing very good Purusharth, but when we look at it, their current stage and the amount that they are spending or the effort that they are making, they are not really having that much power, even after doing so much of Purusharth. right? The reason is because there is a lot of leakage, right? So when there is leakage, then whatever purusharth we have done or whatever accumulation that we have done, it's not staying with us, right? Gradually, it is going out of us.
Correct.
So yeah, so I think intensifying will also include
Yeah.
where you do a lot of checking to see where the leakages are, and then once we are able to close all that. So I think Baba said a lot about
Correct.
Maya, right? Because when you have full attainments, then you should not be lacking anything because Maya knows your weaknesses. So I think the leakage will also come knowing Maya, right? Maya knows what
Correct.
your weaknesses are, what you have attained, what not. So based on that, Maya will come definitely. So Maya coming means there is some or the other leakage is there. So that
Okay.
means we have not completely full in that area, right? So
Yeah.
so I think one needs to do a lot of introversion to see what leakages having. So I think checking is one best way that
Yeah.
checking and changing. So finding, keeping a chart, and then at least understanding, where what my leakages are, and then how can I correct them. So these two things I feel can definitely make one's purusharth, intense. One is finding solution for everything, and then fixing the
Okay.
leakages, or yes, there should not be any leakage. Yeah, thank you. Om Shanti.
Yeah.
Yeah, rightly said, Dijit bhai. Leakage should not be there. And one important aspect I want to tell you that when we consider is a paper, when a student has a paper, it is a paper of a short time. We have a short time. So if one student has done as a practice, continuous daily practice has done, so it will easy to in a short time to give that paper, write that paper. So we have to
Yeah.
consider, always consider as a paper. And when we consider as a paper, so we will good we make an effort. There should be not any leakage. So there's going to intense effort. You will do intense effort. There is no
Yes.
procrastination. And aware with awareness. Though that awareness should be bring, that is a paper. I have to face that paper. So we do intense effort, and everything the practice is needed. Practice, daily practice is needed. What, suppose one student is not doing practice, and at the suppose tomorrow there is an exam, and he has not done anything, and the last day what will happen?
Mhm.
So there is a continuous practice should be there. So that I got insight. Om Shanti. Yeah.
Om Shanti, Vinod Bhai.
Oh, Shanti, it's a question.
I was
Please.
just listening to, the just that one word which Bijit Bhai started, closeness of time, war awareness, and all. Let me tell you, if suppose this world war is going to create an awareness in you, then that same thing could have happened in World War II, 1945. And it did happen if suppose we don't, instead of reading the predictions of the senior leaders of the Brahma Kumaris, those days, if you read the other things, the other person says they always felt, yes, the Brahma Kumaris felt, especially during the end of the World War, that there is going to be a complete extinction of the world. And that's why they had offered that time a 12-year sacrificial fire. Then again, when they came to the 60s, they said destruction would happen in 1976. We all know that in the Yagya, how they really predicted in 1976, because 1976 was the end of a 40-year confluence age. Then again it came, no, it's going to be 50 years, because 50 years of destruction and 50 years of creation of heaven, that's what it makes up for the 100 years. I've read all this, especially when I read Jagdish Bhai's book on world drama, world cycle. 50 to 60 years, and so it went on, nothing happened in 76. Then came the 80s to 90s, and all that it was running to the year 2000. That time I remember there was a lot of instructions for the BKs: empty your bank accounts, buy food, buy water in containers, and so much was there. In fact, to be honest with you, I was part of the 2000 thing, because Ashok Bhai from Madhuban had gathered a few of us to research on this kind of this in many aspects of destruction in the 2000, and we used to go about giving lectures and all that. I remember even that kind of euphoria, and really we used to think that was the end of the world. Why I'm telling you, we should not just take this world war or the end of the degradation as a thing for world ending. We, Brahma Kumaris, we don't talk about ending. We have to look forward to the new world, to the new creation, which is what we are blessed with. We should be intoxicated that we have got that vision of a new age. And we have to take this just as a cycle. We cannot take it as, okay, it's going to end. No, no, it's a cycle. So we have to understand the cycle well. Everything else is just predictions. They are just that. Just because the World War II was worse than that, we all know, where millions and millions and millions died, and so many else small wars also have come after that. And still, you see, something is happening in some other part of the world, but some other part of the world are still going on fine, still enjoying life. So this world war awareness or thing, even see, Baba doesn't mention in Murli, he just says, as a child, it's a time for you to, what we call it as, um, um, uh, bring down your efforts closer. Don't no expansion. Go into essence. So instead of
Yeah.
expanding, just go into essence. That's what we have to take. And in that essence, your role may be different, my role may be different, Surya Bai's role may be different, Bijit Bai's role may be different. We are all different roles. But I have to see for my individual role, because I have got an individual place in Paramdham, what I should do to reach that stage. This is what we should understand at a macro level. This is what,
Yeah.
not what is going to happen. I think that's where we fail to see anything happens in the
Mm.
world. We suddenly say, wow, this is going to happen. The world is, and we Brahma Kumari, sorry to say if I'm mincing words, we are very, very good in such things to say, see, war has come and this is going to end.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
all these things. But why don't we
Yeah.
look at the brighter picture? Why don't we see what am I doing? Checking of my actions.
Correct.
Like even day before yesterday, if you remember, Baba said, just see in how many
Mm.
things you have still interest. You're not able to reach the
Mm.
zenith of this. Why? Because you have lot of
Mm.
disinterest in small things. Even when we sit in yoga, somewhere it goes. So that somebody spoke about scatteredness, that's what we have to see. Are we
Mm.
able to
Correct.
reduce our areas at least 1% every day? That's what I feel. And if we
Yeah.
restrict to what Baba says, his disciplines, his Amrit Vela, his Murli, his Avyakt Murli, and the actions, Joam, Dharam and Karam, two things Baba mentioned the other day. This thing, if we really take into
Yeah.
consideration, am I following my religion of purity in words, thoughts, deeds, actions, etc.? Dharam. Am I really, is my
Correct.
karam there hurting?
Mhm.
These small things, checkpoints, is more than enough, I think, for me to get ready. And you, as you're getting ready, you can pass on those vibrations. Then
Mm.
the consciousness will shift.
Mm.
That's what we have to see. because there is no more time for sitting and finding out. And the bird are full of, I don't know whether you have heard of this one girl where Shivani sister had interviewed her. She's an ISKCON devotee, some Paridi or somebody, I'm not sure I hear her name. There are so many advanced souls who have come out even in other parts who are telling you things. So already
Mhm.
awareness is there. What is your awareness? What are you doing, Girija, as a thing for this? Are you still in essence? I don't know. I just thought I should share that because we have to, I don't know, in Tamil we say, kurihi ponam. Kurihi ponam na, we should just shrink, and like a tortoise go inside, withdraw. I don't know. I just thought I should add this when I heard all this. Each of us have our opinion, but I just wanted to share my
Yeah.
thought.
Uh, It is really a good sign to open out and share what we think of. I think that is a very big attainment of this group, that we are able to come out and say out what we think. It may or may not be in the lines of what the rest of the BK family would think, but yes, we have an opportunity to share what we think here. And definitely what we all spoke till now makes a lot of sense, that it is all about what we are living in the moment. We need not to predict for what bad would happen, but rather we are ready for a new creation. And what was coming out of the discussion for me was, it is minute to minute stage of our own self. How much am I able to sustain myself in those pure fine attainments that I have received? Am I continuously able to position myself as a peaceful person, as a happy guy, as a knowledgeful soul, without having to fluctuate myself with the changes that are happening around? So I have also heard in our scriptures, in our uh, house's culture, that if a soul remains deprived of anything, it would keep haunting around. So we should always be able to feel that sense of attainment always, so that we from here to Parandham in one go. I also was thinking, Baba says Maya Aya. So Maya, I mean, if we lack attainment, we would, or get into some other thoughts, so we could immediately have a drop in our stage, that we would have either guilt or say sorrowfulness, or say get distracted. So Baba, I think that is what is Maya, that it takes you away from the stage of what you are.
Vinud Bhai, can I just add one thing?
Yeah, please,
Hello?
sister. Yeah.
No, you have
Please,
seen
sister,
any
please, sir.
religion. Hello?
Continue, sister. Please. Yeah,
No, you've seen
please
any
continue.
religion, whether they are Muslims or whether they are Christianity. I've seen often the senior people, they have this rosary in their hand, and I don't know what is running thoughts in their mind. Always they are in the rosary and they run the rosary, the beads, even whether it's Christianity or even if it's Hindu sannyasis. What thoughts are there in their mind?
Yeah.
What, nothing I know. So I just take that, if you were saying final moments, remembrance. You see in every Murli, whether it's Avyakt or Sakar, Baba is saying, just remember me. So we also, we needn't go and take that rosary and all, but Baba says, just every say, Baba, Baba, Baba. That thing, if it runs in your heart like a heartbeat, and even in your mouth, suddenly, if suppose your mind is waking, Baba, Baba. So that
Mm.
remembrance is what we should really, like those people, of constantly in the rosary. Secondly, the lesson of one. There are so many lessons of one we can take. It's just only one God, ek nami. And Hindi words, if you make a glossary, I think Kalpesh Bai is
Correct.
very good at making glossary. He should make a glossary of all these
Yes.
ek's, and you will get a lot of these things, ek nami. So that means I remember only one, no one, at least that ekras. So in
Yes, it is.
concentration. So these two
Ekant.
things I feel remember ekant, solitude. So there are many like this which I don't know. In
Yeah.
one of the Murli Baba had said. So these two, is what we need because in the end, what we have to do now, we have to pack up. The world fire is on. Why you're going out and adding to that fire? Get saved yourself. Put on your kavach so that no fire can touch you, and go inside your
Yes.
underworld. Well, like all these, sometimes people do
Yeah.
like an asylum. Take an asylum in Paramdam. Go and sit
Yeah.
there for
Yeah.
asylum in Paramdam so that nobody
Mm.
can touch you. No bullets can scratch you. So I think these two things is what is happening in the Murlis nowadays, remembrance and lesson of one. I just wanted to say,
Mm.
I think I'm trying to work on it. I'm 20%, 30% doing, but I will try, and I know I
Good.
have to reach there. Om Shanti.
Good sister. Yeah.
Yeah. Om
Yes,
Shanti,
sister.
just adding
Good.
on there.
Om Shanti.
Yeah. So another aspect that I was thinking, this intensifying the Purushartha, or everybody wants to remember Baba all the time, or increase the depth of remembrance, right? So there, I think one area that we all lack, I think maybe I am. So the unlimited, so the remembrance has a, for the deep remembrance, you need to have unlimited disinterest also on so many things. So when I say unlimited disinterest, not just to the word, there should be only one thought that you need only Baba, or you want to spend time with Baba only. That thought should come in your mind all the time. So everything else should be secondary. So nowadays, when I check myself in that area, so sometimes when I'm hungry, right, or even when I'm not hungry, sometimes I think about food, eating, okay, and sometimes having a little bit desire
Mm.
of seeing something else, okay, or checking something else, or reading something. It could not be related to knowledge also sometimes, okay,
Yes.
and subtle way, if we check, right, there are so many things that we are still doing, but those things are actually because of not having that full disinterest, these things are coming. So somebody said how
Yeah.
he wants to attain God, and he goes to a sannyasi and ask him that I want to attain God. And then the sannyasi take him to a small pond, and then asked him to look into that water to see God. And then he started looking into that water, right? Okay, and he was seeing his reflection only, and suddenly sannyasi, pushed him to the water, and then made him, uh, in the sense, he made him, uh, what do you call? Um, in the water. Okay, so he was
Realize.
suffocating. He pushed him into the water, and then who held him inside water. Okay. Uh, and then the
Mm.
person was struggling to come out and struggling to come out, and sannyasi held him for a while and then took him out. Okay, and then sannyasi asked him, how did you feel? And then this person said, "Oh, I was struggling like anything, I was unable to breathe, and I thought I almost dead." And then sannyasi said, "You need
Mm.
to have this sort of interest to reach God or to experience to reach God. Okay, when you have this
Fantastic.
sort of when you have this sort of
Hmm.
interest to attain God, only then you will attain God. So
Wow.
in
Wow.
reality, when we check now, so there are a lot of I think areas that I
Yeah,
personally have not really
yeah.
came up
Vijay,
to that yeah
can I
level
add one
where
thing? Can
yeah
I
go
add one?
ahead Kalpesh bhai.
Yeah, one point I want to add. When we focus on why we have to miss that means focus means state, focus statement. We have to remember Baba. When one understand this, so everything will be easy for us. To intensifying effort will be automatic. Suppose one knows the what they are going to attain. That is important. Why is important? If one works for why. Suppose why I want to do this intense effort, because there is one important point. There is a toxic positivity. I want to tell toxic positivity means where our thoughts are positive, but our feelings are negative. It is a toxic positivity. When you're not feeling means you are feeling sadness, unhappiness, disheartened, but your thoughts are positive. It is called toxic positivity. So for that, when we remember Baba, when remember at every action, every in our every thought, word, and actions, an alignment state. So at that state, the frequency goes high, and there is a no space for any negativity. If you feel there is a feeling change. Thoughts are all positive. The feeling will change. It is a thought and feeling should be positive. Then we can intend that effort. Then you in the right direction. So that point I got. So I want to share. Om Shanti. Thank you, Vijit Bhai. So feeling was so important.
Yeah, thank you Bhaiji.
Interesting. We in our training, we jump from a 5 meter board into swimming pool, and the the process is actually a little difficult one. As Bijit Bhai said, this example, I was realizing how difficult is. I mean, every microsecond counts for us to see uh, us coming out, because you would be jumping in a few fractions of seconds. You are inside the water, and you don't know when are you coming out. I literally imagine that very instance, because we don't often do this. This is once in a while practice that we have to do as a part of our tests. And we realize, oh, it's like 3 kicks, 4 kicks. So when am I going to come up? And for me, it has been always easy because I think बाबा का तार मुझे ऊपर से खींचता है. But for a few seconds, it does happen that yeah, I'm not coming out. When am I going to come out? So, as Bhaiji said, we should have such a thirst to reach to Baba. That is the intensity. That intense effort is what we are supposed to make. And interestingly, Kalpesh Bhaiji brought out this incongruence that exists between the gap that exists between thought and feeling, which, if not, Bhaiji says it is toxic positivity. Okay, interesting. Well, we should channel these things a little more deeper.
Vinod Bhai,
Yes, sister.
see, in today's Murli events, see,
Yes,
generally,
sister.
whether it's one paragraph or anything, I always look for something Baba will mention in that. So if you see over there, Baba is saying, don't allow even a margin of Maya to come. And if you see in that same Murli, in the blessing, Baba is saying, if at all Maya comes, that means he's saying it's okay, you have allowed her inside. If at all she comes, just whatever she is doing, take it like a game. I was just thinking, what is the synecdoche? Like what is this anti kind of thing? Baba saying, don't allow even a small margin to come. And then you have to push the gate, and then Maya will squeeze in inside, and she'll come in. Like, we see how we close the door, somebody pushes you and comes. I always take Maya's fight to be like that. And again, in the blessing, he is giving in that same blessing. Okay, if at all Maya comes to any soul, or she makes an obstacle, don't be afraid. Just take, oh, it's some game, she's coming, she'll come, she'll pass, I'm going to sit. Just see the medicine as well as eating given. But I told Baba, it's not margin. We have left many gates of Maya to open. And so every day we have to check what Maya's gate came today. What should I do to close that gate? I'm not talking about margins now, I'm talking about gates. We have got so many more gates open. Attachment to family, attachment to wealth, attachment to clothes. Even the other day, Baba spoke about clothes, expensive food. So we have to check all these small Maya. And then only I can go to this Murli and say margin. Where margin? I think I'm staying in the margin. The whole page I've left it for Maya to come. Om Shanti.
Yeah, very, very nice. Funny anecdote with that. Uh, what was coming through me was actually my door here at home. It doesn't have a external anti-mosquito barricade, so there's need to latch outside. So if I have to go out, my mother come and latch it from inside so that there's no mosquito that comes inside. So Maya is like that. It comes if you just open it, somebody has to immediately shut it down. So somewhere the feeling of having done a great Purusharth, even while writing examinations, we see that "Arey, yahan sab kuch likha hai." If I had gotten half a mark, probably it would have been over, or maybe I would have come first. Baba, I think, tries to reconcile us for having made so much of effort and having still left to self-pardon, to to let go of it. Because we are all Baba's children, we know that, and we're making efforts to do that. And somehow, if we don't forgive ourselves and overcome that, not letting go itself will pull us down. Baba's children are actually great, some of the best people in the world. Despite that, whatever reason, if they are not happen to achieve what they have to, they should still not let it go. And deep in the heart, I feel everybody will have to go through the same thing. Everybody will have to give test papers in one way or the other. So it doesn't matter if you are still giving it at whatever age you are, or whatever years of push-up somebody has done. It is bound to happen till the time comes. Any other experiences to share by other members?
Yeah, Vinod bhai, you rightly said the test paper is going to come at anywhere. And with different people at a different time. You will some will suppose one in second standard, one in third standard. So the level of Purusha, it depends on the level of Purusha. I know. Suppose I am on a reach of that paper, no? So I am giving a 8th standard exam. So
Yeah.
likewise, Ricky, yeah, that's you rightly said, Vinod bhai.
Yeah, just one announcement before
I
we close.
Yeah, please.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's about tomorrow's session. So we'll have a Murli Manthan session on the Murli dated 09/12/1989. The method to become Yog Yukt and Yukt Yukt. So just wanted to announce this. So because I have to leave
Yeah.
in some time. So Vinod Bhai,
Yeah.
continue the journey. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. So we have a Murli Manthan session tomorrow. on the Murli dated 9th to 1989 on how to become a yogyuk and yukti. Yes, I took copy. So one last example I wanted to share, which I read yesterday. It was it is an excerpt from the book Atomic Habits. So I was thinking there was a chapter on how to self-control. I would like to say that in case some thoughts are recurrently coming to somebody, it is also the effect of the environment they say. They have given an example of how the American soldiers were addicted to heroin in Vietnam War and how they were de-addicted as soon as they returned back to US because there was a big change in the environment, and the environment of war in Vietnam pushed them closer to the local populace which had this addiction. And also of a lady, a second example from the same book, that a lady who picked up smoking while riding horse with a companion. She keeps riding and she feels like smoking, but after a while she leaves it. And after a long time, once she again picks up horse riding, she has the craving of having to smoke. So this is what I felt as Maya. That thought, that habit doesn't actually go away. But if you change the environment, it will go away, is what is that chapter talked about. So for us as well, somehow Sister Shivani's, again I remembered, probably because Kirja sister brought her name in the conversation today. Uh, sister had always told us about choosing a particular place for yoga. That place is so powerful. We should be able to leave these places where we usually get such ideas and shift to Baba's place rather, or meditate in that place where we feel stronger. So the shift in environment will break the chain of the thought that Maya is not allowed in that area. That's how I would like to uh, summarize, understand this habit of self-control. Thank you everybody for joining in. Maybe we shall spend a couple of more minutes in silence and exit. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Om
Thank you,
Shanti.
Raki sister. Yeah.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Vinod Bhai. Thank you, Divine Family. Let's experience being with Baba for every moment as a practice to be taken for next 21 days. And we shall meet tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Om Shanti.